Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? If you're new around here, my name is Ron, and today I'm going to be unboxing this Levoit humidifier. So this is the Levoit Smart Ultrasonic Top Fill Cool Mist Humidifier, and the model is Classic 300S, and this is what it looks like on the box. There are 3 reasons why I decided to go with this one. Number 1, it is by a reputable brand in the world of humidifiers. There is one specific model that almost all plant parents have, and it is this one. And I was gonna go for that one, but it's a good segue into the reason number 2, which is the fact that this one is a top fill. So you don't have to remove the reservoir to fill it. You can just fill it from the top, which is super convenient. The 3rd reason is that I can control it via the app. So it is a smart device. It also includes a hydrometer. Wait, is that what it's called? Hygrometer. It can read the humidity level in the room, and because it's able to do so, it can turn off automatically when it's set to a specific humidity level. So I'm really hoping that saves on the water, because I'm not looking to increase the humidity in this room really high. Typically, even with my other humidifier on, it gets around 40 to 50%. So with my existing humidifier, I'm turning it off overnight, and usually I end up using like a big 5-gallon jug every week. Whereas if I were to leave that on 24/7, I would probably go through 2 of those big jugs, so that's 10 gallons of water every week, and I don't want to do that. So I hope this conserves more water with the fact that it's able to turn on and off automatically. I trust this brand because a lot of people have their humidifiers. Also, this one is $20 cheaper than that other one, and I think it's because this is cool mist only, so it does not provide warm mist. I thought it was going to be bigger, but I guess it's a good thing that it's not, because I'm going to put it right over there. I'll show you later, but let's go ahead and see what's in the box. Okay, welcome to the closer look. So I'm just gonna open it up right here. Okay, so we've got some documents, warranty information. I think these are the aroma pads. And there's also a cleaning brush in there. So this is nice because I like that it's white and it matches my shelves in here. And I also do appreciate the fact that this reservoir is clear, so it's really easy to tell how much water is left. Okay, so the top just opens up just like that. There's a max level right here. It says, important, we recommend using purified or distilled water. Change water daily. I'm probably not gonna do that, because that's just kind of excessive. Never pour water into base chamber, obviously. Do not add essential oils into water tank or base chamber. The plastic will degrade and your humidifier will leak. Only add essential oils to the aroma pad, which I think there's one in here already. But I'm not going to be using essential oils with this because this is strictly only for my plants. And then there's a tab here that says, before using, remove foam and packaging from inside. Oh. Okay, pretty simple reservoir design. I love the fact that this is a very wide opening, which is going to make cleaning so much easier. And then here's the base, with more information. To avoid damage and leaks, do not add essential oils into water tank or base chamber. Never pour water into base chamber. Okay, a lot of warnings about essential oils. Okay, so I'm just gonna fill this up with purified water. I don't have distilled water on hand. And then we're gonna put it where it's gonna live and get rid of my old one. Maybe put that one somewhere else in the house and then see what this bad boy is all about. Okay, so this is where it's gonna be placed. This is my existing humidifier. It's also 6-liter capacity. It does not have a hygrometer. And the only controls on here is this knob that goes from off to on, and then if you rotate it all the way, it'll deposit max humidity. But in this plant room, I always leave it at minimum to conserve water. And based on this hygrometer that I have here, it ranges anywhere from 40% to 50%, like I mentioned earlier. And when it's off, it goes down to about 37 to 39%. Oh, I guess my breath bumped it up to 40%. So yeah, this is the old one. This thing comes off. This is what I can turn to direct the mist. And then this one is bottom fill. And all I do is twist that cap off, fill it up, and then put it back onto the base. What I didn't like about this one is when I put it back, I have to like do it at an angle, otherwise it won't sit properly. And then when I like set it down like that, it splashes water all over the back every single time, and it always creates a mess. So that's one thing I don't like about this one. Another thing I don't like about this is the indicator to see how much water you have is only on one side. And where I had this sitting against the wall there, this side faced the wall. So I really didn't know like how much water was left. I kind of had to awkwardly like tilt it so that I could see it. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's pretty basic, runs well. This one does not have an essential oil container or aroma pad. It does have this filter, which I would rinse out a couple of times a month. But yeah, I'll put a link to this one in the description box below. They do have an upgraded one with a digital screen that tells you how much humidity there is in the room. So I don't think they sell this specific model anymore. Before I fill up the Levoit, I'm gonna put it here. What I might not like about this is that the nozzle is on this side, on the left side. I wanted to use this fan to help direct the mist towards my plant and circulate the air, but I don't think that's gonna work. But for now, let's fill it up with some water. Here's a jug. Let's hope that it doesn't leak. Alright, I'm just gonna test it halfway first, just to make sure. Okay, now let me just plug it in, turn it on. Alright, so you can barely see the mist. It's not projecting as much as my old one. It seems to come up to or like 12 inches from the top, and before it starts to like lose velocity. So the hygrometer on there says 43%, but this says 37%. I read a couple of reviews about this one being inaccurate. It tends to show a humidity level like up to 10% too high than what the room actually is. And it seems like that's the case with this one. Let's see what the light button does. So there's 2 light levels. Right now it's in auto, but if I press this, it's gonna turn it to on all the time. Right now it's on low, medium. Okay, that increased the projection of the mist. If I set it on high, Now it's like crazy. But the downside about leaving it on high is that it's gonna push out a lot of mist and like a thick cloud, but before it even travels anywhere, it's gonna like fall down, which is not very efficient, I think. I feel like it's just gonna raise the humidity in the immediate vicinity here, and you can see that it actually is doing that. So I'm just gonna leave it on low for now, and then we can go ahead and take a look at how the app works. Okay, so I just downloaded the app, made an account, and it automatically detected that I had a humidifier here. So this is what popped up. And then we're just going to click on Add Device. Press and hold the Wi-Fi button for 5 seconds until the Wi-Fi indicator starts blinking. Where's the Wi-Fi button? Okay, well, on the picture it's pointing to the power button. So we're just gonna hold that for 5 seconds. Okay, so that Wi-Fi icon is blinking and now it's connecting. It's gonna ask me to connect to my Wi-Fi, put my password in, and now it's saying it's connecting. Cool. And then now I'm gonna personalize it. This is in my plant room. Next, device name. What should we call it? Mr. Apparently there's a new firmware update. Let's go ahead and download that. While this is downloading, you can see that it's maintaining around 45% humidity, and the actual humidity is around 42%. So that's pretty close, I think. All right, so this is finally updated. I don't have any of these. All right, so this is the home screen. Tells you the current humidity level and the mist level. Let's see if we can increase that. It was like instant. And then there's a button for auto, manual, and sleep. You can turn the light on from the app, set a schedule, or a timer. So that's pretty cool. A lot of customizable options. For now, we're just gonna leave it to auto and then set the target to, I'm gonna set it to 50%, because if I set it to 50%, this is gonna read 50%, but across the room, it might read 40, 45%. So I think the goal is to set it on the machine higher and then see if the hygrometer that's across the room is gonna read 40, 45%. So yeah, let's set it to that. And then I'm gonna report back after a couple of days, maybe after 1 week, and see how this is doing, see how my plants are responding, and all of that good stuff. I almost forgot to show you guys this, which is what I'm gonna be adding into the reservoir. This is a humidifier cleaning fish by ProTech. This is really beneficial because it's gonna keep the water in here cleaner longer, so that you don't have to clean it as often. It's gonna reduce the gunk that builds up over time. And it says it works in most humidifiers. And I love that this is a clear see-through reservoir. So I'm gonna see this cute guy just swimming in there. But yeah, on the back here, it says it reduces up to 99% of odor-causing bacteria, unsightly mold, and algae growth versus untreated humidifier surfaces. Let's just plop it in. That's cute. Okay, so far there doesn't seem to be any leaks. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this all the way to the top. Alright, so everything is pretty much set up. It did turn off after it read 50% on the machine, and it's currently dropping slowly. I think it's going to drop down to like 45% before it starts to kick back on. I think that's what it says on the user manual, because it has like a threshold of about 5% before it actually turns back on. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as it is. Hopefully everything runs smoothly over the next few days. For the purpose of my testing, I'm gonna leave it on, so without a schedule, and see how quickly the water goes all the way down to empty. Because I think when it turns back on, it turns it to the lowest setting. All right, so I ended up moving the table from there to here, so it's a little bit closer to all of these plants. Okay, so this is where it's gonna be, and I'll check back after a couple days. Hey guys, so it's actually the next morning, and I did leave this humidifier on overnight on the auto setting, and what I found out was that this humidifier requires your room to have a humidity range of about 10% humidity. And what I mean by that, for example, I set this to have a target humidity at 45%. In the app, it tells you that it will remain on until it reaches 5% above your target humidity. So in this case, once it reaches 50% humidity, then it will auto turn off. And it'll stay off until it goes 5% below your target humidity. So in this case, 40% is when it will turn back on. Now that could be a negative, because if your room tends to stay at about 40% or 41% humidity, and if your room never dips below that, then this humidifier will never kick on. Or on the opposite side, if your room just for whatever reason cannot go above 49%, then it will never turn off. So if there's like a draft in your room, or if your AC vent is open, that could affect the humidity range in your room. But we'll see how this goes. We'll see how my plants do in the next few days. Because this room actually does go down to like 37% with no humidifier on. And so at least this machine is gonna keep the room at 40% minimum. So that's good. So yeah, just a little update for today, and we'll see how it does the rest of the day and in the next couple of days. So I'll see you later. Hey guys, so it's been actually about two going on 3 weeks since I've started using this humidifier. And I must say, leaving it on the auto setting maintains a humidity level in this room of at least 40%, which is based on the level that I set it to. The target of 44%, and it dips down to 39% before it kicks back on, stays on until it reaches 49%, and then it turns off by itself, and then the whole cycle begins. So that itself, that process, actually saves more water than my previous humidifier, even with that, even with myself turning that one off overnight. So yeah, it makes me happy because I'm saving water, but also maintaining the humidity level to kind of the minimum for my plants, really. But much better than if I had no humidifier on. So I am quite happy. I found myself refilling the tank maybe, I would say, once every 5 days. It could be once every week. It really depends on the humidity level in the room and whether or not it decides to turn on automatically, of course. But if I recall correctly, I've had to refill the tank completely at least 3 times. So 3 times, that is about a big 5-gallon jug of water every 2 weeks, as opposed to every 1 week with my previous humidifier, I think. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think that's the math. So yeah, I highly recommend it if you're looking to save water, and maintaining a humidity level in a relatively small to medium-sized room. It might have a difficult time maintaining a humidity level in a larger room, especially if the relative humidity in your area is not really high to begin with. So for example, let's check the weather app. The humidity outside is 12%. If you don't know, I live in Las Vegas, in the middle of the desert. Depending on where you live, your humidity level could be, well, it's probably higher. I hope it's higher, unless you're like my next door neighbor. So yeah, if there's a huge disparity between your indoor humidity level and your outdoor humidity level, you might find that this kicks on more often. Although, generally speaking, most households maintain a humidity level of about somewhere around 40% without a humidifier. The humidity level in this room is relatively low. Like I said, this does dip down to 39% before it kicks back on, only because, like I said, I live in a desert, which means that my AC unit kicks on more often. So it turns on maybe about every 7 to 10 minutes. And I have a vent that is right above the main plant shelf. So the frequency of the AC turning on kind of draws out all of the humidity from this room. So this, in my case, will help tremendously. So yeah, I highly recommend this one. I love that there's a display. I love that you're able to control the device via the app. It reminded me to clean the water tank once a week, like it's supposed to, but because I have that little fishy guy in there, I'm gonna wait to do that once a month. So I highly recommend that as well. Let me know if you are looking into buying this humidifier. Oh, pro tip, if you download the app, which is right here, the name is VSync. There's a store section in the app, and last time I checked, it gives you a discount, like, I don't know, a crazy amount. So if you're looking to buy this, you can get a huge discount if you buy it through the app. So that's about it for this video. I'll probably give you another update later on down the road to see if it really is worth it in the long run, but in the short run, I definitely think so. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please do hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't yet already, plant scribe. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.